Hey yo, I'm launching a new coin. I'm a builder, so make sure you support.
Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. Before I continue this message, donations, 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 gifts, gifts, gifts. More gifts. More gifts.
Has there been any big names in crypto that have reached out to you to kind of figure out what's going on, or, you know, kind of get a heads up on that?
I'm happy for them to all buy the top. Buy the top, fuckers. VCs, you want in? You can buy with everybody else. You can get nothing special. Influencers, you want in? Fuck you guys. You can miss this boat too. You can buy later. I'm happy if all this fucks miss the boat. If every influencer misses the boat and every VC misses the boat, fuck you guys. We don't need you. We do not need you. Hex didn't need you, and Pulse doesn't need you, because we can do all this stuff on our own. Let me put it this way. Think about how much money I have, and think about what I could do with that if I choose to. I have a lot of options available to me. So, like, I don't need any of these motherfuckers. I do not.
Hey yo, I'm launching a new coin. I'm a builder, so make sure you support.
Everyone in crypto is a hypocrite piece of shit. I'm the guy that actually speaks the truth, and then I get attacked for it. The only reason anyone buys fucking cryptocurrency is because they want to get fucking rich fucking quickly. Period. Period. Unless you're on the dark net, and there ain't but 1% of people playing with that. So I know why people really buy crypto, and I speak to their concerns. Here is the price chart. Here is the likelihood it goes to zero. Look at the volatility. This is all disclosed on the Hex homepage. Hex talks about you're going to sit through dips. The price is going to dip. Could go to zero. Could go so close to zero that, you know, it might as well be. That's on the fucking homepage of Hex. Is that on the homepage of any other website? If you go to bitcoin.org, does it talk about the 85% dips? No, they pretend the price doesn't exist because they're lying, scamming fucks. People get hurt by this fucking price. People bought 20K. I'm the guy that told you that was the top. I'm the guy that saved your fucking ass. They're the guys that were happy to sell you into the fire. And Ethereum did the same shit. The Ethereum Foundation sold the $1,500 fucking peak. They helped make that the top. They sold that shit. And they even brag about it like it's some fucking claim to fame that they dumped in everyone's heads. I find that fucking disgusting. So I'm out there telling people about the real risks. I guess where we were going
with this is it looks a bit scammy and cheesy.
Yes, it does. But that's because everyone else is a hypocritical piece of shit. If you go to Ethereum's website, they pretend the price doesn't exist. Do you think that the price doesn't exist? Because the rest of the world, that's all they care about. How dare you make a website about a fucking product that doesn't speak to the only thing that anybody participating in it actually gives a fuck about? What is the likelihood this shit is going to zero? Show me the fucking chart. What is the liquidity? How can I analyze the trades? How can I see whether it's likely to go up or not? How can I, like, Hex has the most honest and open trades in all of cryptocurrency. You can see every single person that bought, every single person that sold, what else they're holding, whether they made money, whether they lost money, how long they're staking for, how many referrals they had, who referred them. You can see fucking everything. We have the best stats in all of DeFi, the best stats of all of cryptocurrency. So I'm sorry that everyone else is a hypocritical piece of shit that thinks that their Ponzi schemes aren't Ponzi schemes because they don't write the fucking price on the homepage or talk about the historical price performance. There's one person in cryptocurrency that tells you that Bitcoin's up 1.1 million X right now, and it's fucking me. Me. I'm the guy that tells the truth about it. Nobody else says that because they're stupid. They don't read the fucking chart. The chart says Bitcoin's up 1.1 million X right now from a fucking penny. And Hex is only up about 50X, 60X from January 5th versus the dollar. Well, how much more legs do you think it has? Ethereum did 10,000X, more than 10,000X on Kraken when it went from 15 cents to $1,500 in less than 2.5 years. Those are the actual real fucking numbers. But I'm supposed to feel bad and demonized because I tell you the truth and show you the fucking chart and show you the real potential. And guess what? What I said came goddamn true. I said 2020 could be a year where ETH outperforms Bitcoin, Bitcoin outperforms the dollar, and Hex outperforms both. And if you look at the 2020 chart, Hex is the #1 appreciating high market cap coin in the fucking world. You go to nomics.com, it's top 22, top 23. You go to coinpaprika.com, it's like top 26. Everything I said has been right. And every single hater that's talked shit has been wrong. And I demand respect now. I demand my fucking respect now. They were all wrong. I was right. And I continue to be. So I'm sorry that other things that talk about price end up being scams, but I'm not going to let that censor my fucking free speech to tell the truth, because people care about the fucking price. And why not? Why shouldn't they?
Good day, everyone. I will not be keeping you too long. Hope you're doing well. It's the Crypto Wonder. Welcome to another day, another opportunity to be great. But for sure, I'm not keeping y'all too long. And every time I say that, I end up keeping y'all longer than what I thought. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I contradict myself too. See, I'm not absolved. But today, I just want to put this out there and then maybe stream later on today. I'm just going to put this out. First of all, let me greet everybody that just came through so far with my long ASS intro. But Danny Amar, I see you. What's going on? What's going on? Let's go. Let's go. He said, good to catch you live. Good to catch you. Good to catch you too, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And we're live. What's up, Maddie? Maddie all in the building. How about that? Maddie, you need to trademark your audio or patent, get a patent on. And we're live. For sure. That's your brand, Maddie. That's your brand. Good to see you, Maddie. Alan Fizame in the building. What's going on? It's not your money. It's not your money. Never was your money. It's just not your money. Never was. Danny Amor says, F you guys, we don't need you. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Don Bryant said, I need to hear this in caps. What's up, Don Bryant? Thanks for coming through. Hypocritical pieces of crap everywhere, for sure, for sure. Mix, he says, hey, Wonder, we hanging with Dr. on Hex Agent. Oh, wow. Salute to y'all, man. Dr. Morin on Hex Asians, Mix, J Soul. Greetings to y'all. Greetings to y'all. Nothing but positive vibes. Positive vibes. If I knew, I don't know, but like I just stream like according to how I feel. I don't go by a certain, time schedule like I'd like to, but everything else in my life is like regimented. So I use like the stream to like free flow. I don't know, man. Like, because like I'm hearing their streaming too, and that's like I don't want to take away from good work they got going on over there. You know what I mean? Great work, and I mean that for real. Not sarcastically, not the work WERK. I mean great work WORK in bold letters. Great work they do. I don't want to infringe, right? I don't want, salute to those guys over there. I did an interview. Dr. Moore had an interview. Dr. Moore interviewed me on the Hex Guild channel. Go check out that interview. I had a great time over there. This was last week on Hex Guild. Got to, he was, basically discussing ideas with me on, maybe a little background on how I got into crypto and what I do for a living and my experience in what I do. in my field, and it was fun, very informative, and of course, never a dull moment, thought provoking, heavy stuff, heavy issues. Shout out to Hex Asians, Dr. Moore, and everybody over there. Savage RH. Yeah, Savage RH. I'm gonna tell you why I played that RH intro. Here I go highlighting my own comment. But I echo the sentiment. It's great to see y'all. And I'm not keeping y'all too long though, but it's great to see y'all. Axel Pro says, what's goody? Two shoes. Y'all are crazy. Stop it. Keep us low. No, that did look bad. Pause, man. Pause. I'm gonna try, but I can't really. I love streaming, but right now I gotta really. Yeah, I got it. Let me just get to it. Let me get to it. You know what I mean? Axel Pro says we love. I hear you. Maddie says 100 for sure, Maddie, for sure. Quinny Jen says, what's up? Blind Royalty says, nah, see, you put the glizzy on, but now you got a hot burger. Of course, you couldn't have it any other way. When you put the glizzy in the bun, it's a hot burger. You know? Oh, where's my clip, man?
This is how you stop niggas from saying you getting a glizzy. You feel me? You put it right there and you fold and break it. You see that? Boom. And then you put your extra sauces and shit on, and now it's no longer a glizzy. It's a hot burger.
Yeah, it's too early for all that, man. What you doing that blind royalty? You out of control, man. You out of control. So check this out. The clip I played of Richard Hart, maybe it was the 1 minute clip and the 4 minute clip. Basically the one I really, the 4 minute clip is what really brings it home for me, right? The certain message. You know, that's the type of Richard that I kind of miss. That was a 5-year-old, I think, right? You mentioned when Hex was at the low, January 2005. Maybe that clip was from 2020, right? But January 5th, 2020 was Hex all-time low. That was really over 5 years ago, right? That fire, that drive, that passion, his determination and motivation to basically push his message and teach, preach, educate, and basically revolt against status quo, powers that be, is what I connected with. Like when I first started back in 2020, and when I say first started, when I first started to hear about Hex in 2019, I blocked myself from being open enough to listen to Richard. By then I was already dealing with crypto, but Richard's pictures of him with the top hat, you know, with the high chair and the candelabra and rings and this look, he just seemed like a magician to me. And I thought he was like trolling the crypto space because of the even the name of the coin, Hex. In some circles, Hex is seen is as a curse. So I thought he was a man who was just cursing the entire crypto industry. Like, you're a magician, dude. Like, I'm not taking you serious. It had nothing to do with where's the ETH, who's, recycling of the ETH, who owns the OA and all this. It had nothing to do with flush address, had nothing to do with any of that. My reasons are my own reasons why. And back then, I made a fundamental mistake blocking myself from really taking the time to listen and pay attention to what this man's been teaching for free online, right? When it finally clicked for me in 2021, when I did take a chance, I said, "Yo, let me see what this is about right here, man." This is when it approached like a penny. I was like, "Oh, wow. Oh, wow." When I was talking crap about Hex, making videos back in January, the middle of January 2020, I was dealing with another coin, another project altogether, talking about how that project made 20% gains in a 2-week period. Meanwhile, Hex at the time, someone said after the all-time low, Hex went up 4 or 5x in less than a 2-week period after the all-time low. That was unheard of, and I dismissed that like that was just baseless rhetoric. I didn't even go do the research back then, but I never forgot those things. Any little jab or punch I would throw at Hex, I got stung back, but I let it go. I ate it. I said, "Nah, forget about that. Don't care. Whatever I'm dealing with is better than Hex's scam, blah, 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 blah." A year later, after January 2021, everything starts changing, right? Even though I paid attention as a hater. I paid attention the whole of 2020. I didn't understand Big Payday, but I was watching. Where was it? November 18, 2020, November 17, 18, 2020. So that big thing dropped, boom, Big Payday, everything dropped. I said, "Oh, it's over." Didn't understand nothing. Didn't want to understand. Stood in my own way. Had the opportunity to. We're locked down. We're paid to stay home. We're paid to remain confined in our own homes. We're getting paid to stay home. Instead of taking a little portion and throwing it in some AA lobby, some AA, just throwing it, because I was throwing it in anything else because I was bored at home. Not really bored because I still had to work. That's the craziest part too. So I had to juggle different responsibilities while during a global lockdown. Anyway, whatever extra scratch I had, I could have just sacrificed. Literally, before sacrifice was a thing. Didn't do it. Here come all-time high season, the whole 2021, from January to like what, October, November of that year, November 2021, it was just euphoria. Listening to RH, getting pumped, learning, getting pumped. Like, yeah. This is what crypto is. Yeah. Feel like the 300 versus everybody. It's 300 versus everybody. I already saw the squabbles and infighting taking place, and that didn't matter to me. The whole thing was, we have this tool here that's just breaking records, right? Making the impossible become possible off of the strength, off of the knowledge of, you right? Like anything he was talking about, he was supporting with this coin, with this ERC20 that he created. So now I'm starting to become a believer in building conviction and all these things. And I'm like, once I'm in, Like I'm a type of person, bro. Once I'm tapped in, like, and I'm connected and I believe in something, it's gonna take something crazy for me. You're gonna have to do something crazy for me not to believe in you anymore. Something bad has to happen, right? Something egregious, something out of this world. Like you have to really like do something like just to regain my trust or loyalty, respect, all that stuff, right? Like any other human being. Excuse me, that's of sound mind. So you figure that same fire this man has when he's hypocrites. These people are full of crap. We into crypto to make money. They pretending and these people are liars and they want to scam and it's this and that and that and this all this, but he's bringing truth. He's bringing truth to power. I buy into those things. I love that. I love when you're talking truth to power. I love all that. So I'm about. That's why I haven't left. I stayed here. Once I got here, I haven't left. And what I keep talking about, the same thing, more or less. Now that guy's not around as he was. He's not around like that. And that bothers me. He's not making videos like that. I don't care about him being confined, like restricted because he's battling. He's in this legal battle. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any of that. I don't care that, lawyers might advise him or may not advise him to speak because whatever he says may be used against him. And I don't care about none of that. That's me being the real, like pure, like where's the Richard Hart that wasn't afraid to speak his mind? We sacrifice for a blockchain promoting freedom of speech. And the irony is he's in a position where he can't even freely speak. I feel like you want to talk about, it's not even about hypocrisy. It's this weird oxymoron, weird, ironic thing taking place. This is a paradox, some type of distorted, parallel type of existence we're experiencing. The blockchain, freedom of speech, post-chain, sacrifice, freedom of speech. Blockchain is speech. More of his education. No one talked like that. No one spoke about blockchain being speech before RH. Not that I know of. I could be wrong. And then for his ability to be stifled. And then you feel the ripple effects throughout the whole ecosystem. You see it. You see the ripple effects. Because morale has been low. Morale has been dampened. And yet there's been times and, throughout the year where, you try to boost morale here and there. But overall, up to this point, I'm sure if there was no SEC anything, things might have been, may or may not be a lot. People might feel a little better, more cheerful, uplifting. Prices might look beautiful, much better than they do now, just for the blockchain alone. Never mind Hex, Inc., and PulseX. And all, people are, all we could do is just speculate at this time. Think about, okay, we have a new president-elect coming in next week. Inauguration. So they try to tie the inauguration with some type of excitement, hype phase for crypto and financial, economic well-being and markets. And it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to see the effects of that in the markets because this is the president is pro-business, pro crypto, pro making money. So what are we in crypto for? To make money, to see the effects. So that's next week. But then not everybody, but many people also waiting for a decision to be made for the judge to make a ruling on the SEC case versus Richard. And people are just like waiting on, within 60 days. Even Richard said that historically, this judge makes decisions within 60 days. The 60 days came and went. Oh, should have been yesterday, should have been today, should be at the day. Everything is about people just putting things out there to create like this, whatever, anticipation that turns into anxiety and angst. And then people become angry and depressed and feel all these things because the sacrifice coins are not at sacrifice price. They're not at sac rate. They're under sac rate. Almost 2 years later, post mainnet launch, May will be 2 years. And so I'm saying to myself, like, where's this guy at? I know he said he's bulletproof and he's safe where he's at. That just sounds like you're in a movie. You're in a movie. It just sounds like he's a movie. He's an actor in a movie, not the one that the community produced for him. But like he's on the run. Like, catch me if you can. Like, where's Waldo? You safe, you bulletproof, you're in some kind of, James Bond, dun 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 dun. You're on your Mission Impossible game. Yeah. Jason Bourne with the edge of John Wick. Well, I know you're not clapping anybody. You got weird out. I don't, don't worry. I'm safe, bulletproof. Been waiting all my life for all this and that. That's not comforting. It's actually quite upsetting because people have been holding the torch this entire time. People have been holding the torch. Tin Top, I see you. Tin Tops everywhere, we're never there. Consistently. And I'm watching other things take shape. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been one way, consistent with RH core coins, period. But I do understand if it were not for other coins, there would not be any RH core coins. This is why the people that talk about maxi this, maxi that, they could have that for themselves. They could have that. But the only maxis that I know in truth that exist are Bitcoin maxis. Bitcoin. Everything else is just doesn't connect to me. But that's me. I understand there's a blockchain. I understand development needs to always occur and building and this and that and that and this and this and that. Ethereum taught me that. Ethereum taught me why developing is important. Why different projects on that network exist. Ethereum taught me that. You have great projects on Ethereum. You have many projects that are scams, that are worthless, useless on Ethereum as well. and they're now on Pulse Chain. They're now on Pulse. So, and you can't get rid of them. It's not like, right? You can't just say, okay, now it's what you decide to do that makes a difference. That's it. But you can't stop people from entering, exiting, contributing, building, scamming, all of that, all of the above. You can't stop people from doing that in these open networks. But when folks try to introduce ideas and thoughts to create division, ideas and thoughts and labels and categories to create division, that's when I saw that there was a breakdown. That's when I saw that there was some form of like movement and agenda taking place here by a select few individuals who call themselves trying to lead the community to where, I don't know. And they didn't do a great job at it because they weren't behaving in a sense where they were consistent and true to themselves in an honorable way. Having hours-long spaces, not recording it, talking about toxic maxis. They need to come together and break toxic maxis. Because toxic maxis, what the toxic maxis at the time were doing till now, were just pushing Richard Hart's message. Richard Hart's message. Richard Hart's teachings. Richard Hart education. Just basically sharing what we've learned up to this point. And I don't see that RH anymore for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. I don't see Richard Hart like that anymore. I don't see him like, of course, right? He hasn't been vocal as he used to be 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Maybe he won't be moving forward in the future. Maybe he will after we hear, and I'm going to think positive because I'm glass half full, like we hear some favorable news from the court ruling. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he won't. Who knows? Don't know. But like right now, as it stands, the energy that intro, the 4-minute clip when he was talking about how this industry is full of hypocrites, and I will add also contradictions, that energy, people forget, is not held. We don't hold ourselves to a certain standard. We forget easily, and then we fall backwards or go wayward. We forget. We forget what's important. We forget what got us here. And I don't know if it's even supported anymore by Richard, y'all. Because he's built bulletproof. He's bulletproof somewhere safe. And that's good to know, but I'm annoyed to even hear him say something like that because that lets me know you're not 100% comfortable. I pray that he's comfortable. I pray that he's safe. I pray that he's well. But that just lets me know, like, nah, you're not in a position where you really want to be. You could sometimes hear this is why I always say, listen to what people not saying. Pay attention to what people don't say. Pick up what folks don't verbally communicate, but they're communicating. Sometimes I have to get in my spiritual bag. You have to trust your intuition. You're hearing him saying all this, he's been best shape of his life, he's been living all his life. Yeah, you're on the run. You've been on the run. There's no other way to package and frame that. And who's left behind? Who's left behind? While you're on the run, you have hardcore believers who've been here longer than me, who are now holding on to, oh, okay, well, the code is law, right? We should be separating the person from the product, right? Separate the man from the coin, the man from the technology, right? That's what we should be doing, right? For some, it's easier said than done. Chris A, I see you. DJ and Dougie, I see you. Bong, 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 bong. Chris A. So the PX, a PX Maxi. Dr. Maury in the building. Good to see you, Dr. Maury. Good to see you. And thank you for having me on last week. But what are we left with? We left with our own devices, right? He gave us these tools. He gave us IPFS. He gave us this, we have this blockchain. We have a DEX to accompany the blockchain. We have everything. You don't want to see, it's not your money. You want to see something done? I don't work for you. Don't get scammed, man. Crypto Wonder got scammed. He used to think I was a scammer. I'm the giving tree. He gave us everything, right? In quotes. Because I remember there was a talk about a wallet. But you understand, he gave us these things. Now it's time to. But then when you hear the 1 minute clip when he says, think about how much money he has and what he can do, that he doesn't need these people. The community doesn't need VCs, don't need shillfluencers, right? Promoters and these YouTubers and whatever crypto people that have these big channels and popular. You don't need them. The community doesn't need them. And then fast forward to now, he says, we need more eyes. We need more eyes. Well, which is it? This is the thing that I'm telling. This is what I talk about sometimes where I'm like, when you get to a point, sometimes when you get to a point in life where you just feeling a whole lot of pressure, you don't have time to fake the funk. You don't have time to put up an act. You have to be you, because while you experience a great deal of pressure, putting up an act takes a lot of energy, and you don't have that energy to waste on putting up an act because you got a lot of pressure on you. So guess what? You're going to be you. You're going to be the real you is going to come out. And I think that was the real him in that video when he says, we don't need you. Think about how much he has at his disposal. He has a lot of options. He doesn't need, at the time, the energy was different. He didn't need more eyes. Because from the door, the whole thing was gate kept, still gate kept. The whole community still gate kept. Make no mistake about it. But now, the narrative has changed. It's more eyes. Need more eyes. Right? Maybe that's something that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. Where you say, we need more people to adopt. We need to bring more attention. We need to bring more eyes. And then you get to a point in the future where you say, no, we don't need these people. We don't need them. Let them buy the top. It's upsetting to me, and it's unnerving. It's very upsetting because I've onboarded people in that sense. If it was up to me, I'd hold. You know, and I still am. Like I'm accountable for what I do, and I've onboarded people. I've onboarded my family. In addition, with people outside my family, friends. I've onboarded people who are not even friends. Like I've onboarded people like I talk a lot about network marketing and how I don't like it. But guess what? Like when I think about it, I was network marketing for real, like talking about crypto marketing, connecting, peer to peer, sharing information. I've onboarded more people than I thought I did on a humble, not looking to get anything from that, because in actuality, the more that humble, everything, every information in terms that led to onboarding, I always encourage staking, not just buying liquid and holding and trading. I always was encouraging staking first and foremost, which takes away. If I was a greedy person, I'm like, man, the more people stake is the less I'm seeing. So I didn't even care about all that. I was like, nah, come figure this out. Look, let's figure this out. Not just me, but let's figure this out together and figure out how we can all get into a system that's going to provide daily yield 00 UTC without fail. Without fail. That's been stepped on, trampled. No one talks about 55 anymore. But I'm hearing the community is amazing and they're doing a great job. From Richard Hart himself, and I'm saying where and how and why. Why is he saying that? Is it really him saying that? Has he become different? Is his mindset changed? Because it's not the Richard of old. This is somebody else new. And I can accept evolution. I can accept people changing. I could accept that because that's something that's constant in life. I get that. But you got people that been here like real solid, committed, dedicated, just want to make sure that they believe in something that could potentially benefit them and their loved ones in their future for a long time. Yo, Richard talked about Vibe, educating, giving free education to help people live better lives. You tout how $27 million worth of Sens, and Sens, there's a lot of dark shit with them too about how those monies got squandered in their own weird ways. But that's not necessarily Richard Hart's fault, right? You created these blockchains so people who want to sacrifice for assembly, freedom of speech, could come in a DeFi, decentralized finance crypto space to have a stake in what's going on here at ground zero. You did these things, spent hours upon hours on end, talking on the internet to a bunch of faceless people until you met them in real life. Until you went out there and met them in real life and was dancing and partying and having a good time with people in real life who supported whatever you created from your mind. To where we are today. And now it's just like, you know what's ridiculous, was becoming very ridiculous to me too in this crypto space in general. This 99% dip behavior is the flawed behavior of man. See, we have these blockchains, we have this technology, we have all this at our disposal, and we still find so many ways to fuck shit up. Because and at some point in the future, and this is me being naive again, because at some point I thought that certain things in certain communities I was involved with and certain coins, at some point they would just organically pump, organically have market activity, organically people would buy, people would sell, and they wouldn't have to need any type of market manipulation taking place, any contrived manufactured pump and dumps taking place. This is just something that just almost like it takes a life of its own. That was me living in a dream state. That's not reality, especially in crypto. It's not reality. But this thing of like expecting crypto to expect it to drop 80, 85, 90, 95, 99% is trash to me, man. Is because the people don't know how to value what they have. They don't know the real value of what they have until it's gone. You get yourself a nice bag and you're in amazement and excited with the amount of money you see in front of you. You sell the bag to hold on to the value. Once that value dissipates, you spend, you trick that money off, you pay your debts, you buy whatever you need. That value gone, the money gone. Your opportunity to have that asset work for you overnight, gone. Then what you left with? Back to square one, back to nothing, back to you, back to re-educating yourself, back to being remorseful and resentful, back to being depressed, back to being in a state of subjugation, a low level of existence, back to being sad, back to, for what? Because you tricked yourself out of an opportunity that just could have remained there for you to benefit you for your foreseeable future, for the rest of your days, possibly. But this market teaches, they teach, 80% down, 85% down. That's in the game. That's something that should change. Why does this shit gotta go 85, 90, 95% down? Because of the human factor, the greed factor, the selfish factor of people. Things are cyclical in nature. Just because you live, you think you know, crypto, almost like the family. Some of us, we were grown and born to believe in generational curses. That doesn't have to be you. You could be the needle that pulls yourself out of that situation. You could be the needle that pulls the thread out of that situation where you break the curse. You break this crypto curse of 80% down. That's in the game. 90% down. 100% down, damn near. You know how many people right now, and I've heard this publicly, openly, Dr. Morey, I see y'all, Dr. Disciple. Every time I see y'all, I got to stop and say what's up to y'all, man. HOA, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, like, trying to figure out, because my mind right now is I'm preparing, because I feel like we never even left the bear yet. But I'm preparing for the next bear. Because this is different. This is different. This is different. than what I've experienced as far as market cycles activity. Because by now we should have been seeing something favorable by now. This is different. Granted, I never was in a situation where I got in at a ground zero on a blockchain, where I got in at ground zero. I never got in ground zero on Binance or Pancake Swap. So, they have Richard Hart plastered on some kind of Interpol foolishness with some weird allegations. It's not even the tax stuff. It's the one about fighting a 16-year-old. Like, you can't be serious. Is that even real? That's embarrassing. You're a grown man, you squabbling with a teenager, squabbling. And it could be false. It could be, right, a complete, absolute lie. And if it's slander and libel, then they need to be cooked for all that. Like, go after Interpol for even doing that to your image. It make you look stupid, make you look like a creep. I mean, they do everything to destroy this person. And I'm saying to myself, yo, the guy looked and said, the community's amazing, doing a great job. I don't understand it, man. Maybe he can't because he stifled his speech, censored. Maybe he can't say, like he did text one time last year, where are my RH Maxis at, right? He sent a tweet out like that before. Too long ago. It was last year at some point, or maybe the end of 2023, but it was too long ago. You see what I mean? Too long ago. Too long. Everything's changed. Everything's changed. And I welcome change, but doesn't mean I have to accept everything that the changes bring. I'm not going to accept somebody's new building of some next scam. I'm not doing that. These people talk about, oh, they building this and building that and building this and building that. Keep building. Let your work speak for itself. Let time prove how good your project is. Stop trying to convince me before you trying to put the horse before the cart. That's the mentality of these people. They try to tell you in a backwards, reverse way to believe in them before you even get to see and use anything they develop. Believe in them. That's how backwards everything is over here. It's a paradox. Believe in my dream. Believe in my ethereal, intangible thought. Throw money at me on top of that. Pay me handsomely to where my great-grandchildren don't ever have to work anymore. You're going to do that before you even see $1 come back to you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Instead of strengthening a core, the nucleus, the center, that the center that represents the strength of how this thing all got here. I recognize it being a hater. I recognize the strength. I recognize the core. I recognize that unity. I recognize that impervious passion as a hater. The core, the strength of this system got going on. Yeah, I recognize it. But then the strength has been diluted, has dissipated, has changed, has weakened. And that's just the truth. I don't care if you're a silent person and you're in the background and you're the hardcore believer, but you silent. And maybe that matters because maybe on the blockchain, you showing your conviction. Maybe on the blockchain is a testament to your, right, your staunch advocacy for Richard Hart and everything he stands for. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe I'm expecting too much, right? Remember, no expectations, magic talk. But again, a lot has changed. A lot has been watered down. You know? And people talking about, I'm building this. What are you building that for? You know how many thousands? I can't count. Just on this chain alone, how many things are built think that have been built in addition to what was already copied from the fork, just on this chain alone. Forget about everything else going on. In other chains, I can't, and people here talking about they building and building and building. It's nonsense. You a builder, okay, you a builder, be a builder, but you building your next scam, after fleece, after rug. Whether you well intentioned or not, first rule, don't trust anybody in crypto. Don't trust nothing. Trustless. First rule. Why am I trusting anybody talking to me about what they're building, man? What they build has to prove itself. But they don't like that. Distractions, that's what they build. They build distractions to extract. They build distractions to create extractions. Because they're not keeping you well informed enough to know that they're up to something. They're not keeping you happy. Whatever they built hasn't kept you happy enough to stay within whatever projects they built, to stay where they talk about it, where they promote it, where they yell and shout and say, hey, I'm making so much money over here. You need to get in this. Because what the video clip said, Richard Hart's old thing, everybody's in here to make money, man. You're in crypto to make money as fast as you can. How you make the money is all the difference. I mean, I don't care what you build. Don't scam the people, though. I don't care about what you build. But I've learned historically, whatever people are building, the majority is shit. It's trash for real. It's not just words you hear from other people who've been in the crypto space. No, you see it for yourself. If people don't believe, you could have the best piece of technology, functioning, utilization ever known under the sun. If people don't believe in it, if they don't have faith in it, if they don't use it, it's worth nothing. It's zero. It's zero. Meanwhile, all the value could be inherent in whatever it is that you do. If the people don't believe in it and buy it and use it, it's worth nothing. These fools here in this community, and then when the man said, "You guys are amazing, you're doing a great job," and you had that guy ask him, "What would you like to see built on Pulse? Built." I don't want to see anything built. If it was up to me, I don't want to see anything built. Talk about the good coins we have already. You want to see Chainlink? We have it. Like all that. Answered the question, answered it. But do you think it registered in the minds of these people? No. 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 Why do you think that is? In addition to being greedy and selfish and just only thinking about themselves, they want to create their own vanity situation. They could beat their bird chest and say, I did it. I did it too. You see, look at me. Look at me. Diluting everything left and right. Exactly. Building dilution. Distraction and date. All of that. They don't care. But then we'll tell you they're revolutionaries. You revolutionary, all right. You're a revolutionary scammer. You move like a reckless derelict, an embarrassment. Never want to communicate with you. Some of them reached out to me over the years, and that's, in the beginning I thought they were cool. They come into the community, this and that. I think they're cool. After a while, nah. And they deserve no mention. No mention. Like, you don't know who I'm talking about. It's best for you not to know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, just you better off not knowing. What have you done? People don't believe Pulse Chain, Pulse X can do a 50x. You don't believe that Pulse Chain has a 50x, 100x in it this cycle? But you bought into it years ago. What changed? Some SEC fear? Interpol intimidation? The chain is the chain. The DEX is the DEX is the DEX is the DEX. The chain is the chain. And the coins are the coins. The design, the development is the development. Blase. There you go. The community messing things up, not understanding what they have. We got to chain the man gifted, like gifted people opportunity, world's largest airdrop, all this and that, all this and that. People don't even care enough about the world's largest airdrop. And I'm saying people on Ethereum, people who know about this, people like this community has been making so much noise for over 5 effing years. But like the man said, we don't need you. You see, think about what he said. This is the thing. It goes back to that again, right? It goes back to that. We want more eyes. But then years ago, he said, yo, we don't need you. But now it's we want more eyes, and he's running, hiding somewhere, built, he's bulletproof and safe. Good people. We gonna get through this.
Hey, y'all. I'm launching a new coin. I'm a builder, so make sure you support.
Has there been any big names in crypto that have reached out to you to kind of figure out what's going on, or you know, kind of get a heads up on that?
I'm happy for them
Very
to all buy the
curious.
top. Buy the top fuckers. VCs, you want in? You can buy with everybody else. You ain't getting nothing special. Influencers, you want in? Fuck you guys. You can miss this boat too. You can buy later. I'm happy if all this fucks miss the boat. If every influencer misses a boat and every VC misses a boat, fuck you guys. We don't need you. We do not need you. Hex didn't need you, and Pulse doesn't need you, because we can do all this stuff on our own. Let me put it this way. Think about how much money I have, and think about what I could do with that if I choose to. I have a lot of options available to me. So, like, I don't need any of these motherfuckers. I do not.
You guys are amazing. You're doing a great job.
Everyone in crypto is a hypocrite piece of shit. I'm the guy that actually speaks the truth, and then I get attacked for it. The only reason anyone buys fucking cryptocurrency is because they want to get fucking rich fucking quickly. Period. Period. Unless you're on the dark net, and there ain't but 1% of people playing with that. So I know why people really buy crypto, and I speak to their concerns. Here is the price chart. Here is the likelihood it goes to zero. Look at the volatility. This is all disclosed on the Hex homepage. Hex talks about you're going to sit through dips. The price is going to dip. Could go to zero. Could go so close to zero that, you know, it might as well be. That's on the fucking homepage of Hex. Is that on the homepage of any other website? If you go to bitcoin.org, does it talk?
I don't know, man. Look, all I'm gonna say is, like, instead of it's not, look, keep up the good fight, people, for yourselves in whatever capacity that means, you know. Like, you stick to your plan. You do study this, collect your information, make sure these things make sense to you, know what you're getting involved with, know what you're working with, know the value of what this all means and its present value proposition, et cetera, and make the decision that's best for you. That's it. Don't allow nondescript people to persuade you into thinking that they have your best interests in their minds and in their hearts. I don't care what they could build for you. You need to build for yourself so that you could understand others who are broken, who are strong, who are censored, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care what people talking about they could build for you. Go build a hobby. Go build a house. Go build a car. I don't care about you trying to help build the next grift. Buy into someone's dream. And then they're going to dress it up in code to make it seem like, oh, yeah, they got something for you. Meanwhile, you paid them already. You gave them the monies. And some of you, not only did you give them the money up front, when they do, if they do, launch a contract, have some type of botched operation take place, you give them money again. Understand what I just said? Some of these fools out here, they're not even, I can't even call them fools because they're smart enough to be cunning, conniving, deviant. devious enough to trick people into supporting them and their foolishness, to support their grifts, will sacrifice money into whatever donation or sacrifice race they got going on. And then when they finally, if they finally launch some trash code, now you go and play the trading game and you get got. Because not only did you spend money on a sacrifice, donation, this and that, but then you saw some makeshift, make-believe green candle, insider strategy that they had going on before they sniped the contract. And you go again and think you doing a double up. You throw more money into the situation and then get robbed. Again. Because you want to believe nondescript people. Look at these other communities on Ethereum that started with Pulse Chain. Look at these other communities struggling, literally struggling. You think that's just because maxis? That has nothing to do with maxis. It has to do with sheer stupidity, incompetence, buffoonery. It has everything to do with idolizing your ego versus embracing humility and know when to sit down. Know that you can never outshine the master. Know the relationship between a student and a teacher. And these motherfuckers think they could outshine the teacher every single time. And look what happened. Look what's happening. Live and direct. It's unfolding as we speak. Has been unfolding and will continue to unfold until they see the error in their ways. But again, they're too self-absorbed, punch drunk. They love their ego more than anything else. They don't care who they hurt, as long as they could beat their chest and say they were right over Richard. And I look at Richard and I'm saying, he's telling me he's bulletproof. He's telling us he's safe and bulletproof, and everybody doing amazing. And it's great, great job, great work. There's going to come a point, yo, where I love that saying again, even though to me it's just what it is. When the rubber meets the road, be careful which side you on. Be careful which side you on. Be careful, meaning be aware of where you stand and what side you're going to be on when that rubber meets the road. And with that, I'll leave y'all with that. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take care.